What's up, guys, and welcome to Sawyer'S Saloon. Now, I know this is a little bit different way of the setup, but I'm coming at you from a different situation. See, I've been stuck in quarantine here for the past few days in the apartment at my house. So I've had a lot of time to go through and watch some great movies. And I just wanted to give y'all some my reviews on these movies. So that way, going forward, if you get stuck in the same situation, you got some ideas to grind out instead of going through Netflix. Alright? So we're going to go through these movies in the order that I watched them, okay? And it's comedy, action, kind of all over the place. But mainly just those two. Moving on, we have our very first of the selection, Wedding Crashers. Alright? Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn. Classic movie. I will admit, this is the first time I've ever seen this movie. Now, this movie is about Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, and they play two wedding crashers who go to different weddings to hook up with chicks. Now, eventually, they go to one wedding, and lo and behold, Owen Wilson falls for Miss Rachel McAdams. And I don't blame him. Beautiful woman. And her dad is the lovely, the always fantastic Christopher Walken. He plays a secretary. Alright? For the United States government. He's a bigwig. Right? Fantastic guy. Love Christopher Walken. Funny movie. If you're looking for something that's uplifting and it's not ridiculous, then this is your way to go. Fellas, you can watch this with the ladies too, alright? It's a little comedy, a little romance, good mixture of the two. Great film if you're stuck with your significant other. Moving on. Now, I know this is going to draw a lot of flack when I say what I'm about to say, but this next movie is The Other Guys, alright? Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, classic Will Ferrell movie, alright? Now, Will Ferrell has done some amazing movies. We're talking Elf, Step Brothers, Anchorman. And while most people compete and say Anchorman or Elf, those are their favorites, or Step Brothers, alright? The Other Guys, that's my favorite Will Ferrell movie. I'm sorry about it, but not really, alright? That is a classic movie. It takes a whole play on the buddy cop genre. There's action. There's humor. Michael Keaton is a police captain as well as a manager at Best Buy. He's working two jobs. I mean, this movie has it all. Rob Riggle, one of the Wayans. I always get their name wrong, but hilarious guys. Another hilarious duo. A good foil to Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg's buddy cops they got going on. And then Bobby Cannavale, that's probably not his last name. It's something like that. But he's a hilarious guy too. Check out Boardwalk Empire Season 3, alright? Gyp Rosetti. If you want to see a good villain and someone who's menacing, you check out Gyp Rosetti on Boardwalk Empire, which is quite possibly, it is one of the best HBO shows, better than Game of Thrones. Come at me. I don't care. Check it out for yourself. Love the Mafia movies. But The Other Guys, this is a classic. Top Will Ferrell movie, and super glad I watched this one. Alright? Next movie, moving out of the comedy genres, we have not one dose, but we have two doses of Tom Hardy in the movie Legend. Alright, now, Legend is about Tom Hardy playing two twin brothers, Ronald and Reggie Cray. Alright, they are gangsters in London. Now, if you're a big fan of the Peaky Blinders, Arthur is in here. Alright, but this movie, I am telling you, if you love the Peaky Blinders, if you think this is going to be the London Goodfellas, you are wrong. This is one of the most boring gangster movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Alright, and I'm talking that's with two doses of Tom Hardy, alright? And Tom Hardy, for those of y'all who sleep under a rock, is the guy who played Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. Tom Hardy was also Alfie Simmons in Peaky Blinders. Another reason why I would think this would be good, because you're expecting Alfie Simmons, right? Oh, you told me Shelby. But no. Now, don't get me wrong. Hardy brings it in this movie, and he kills it. But the rest of the movie is just one long, drawn-out love story. Now, if that's your kind of thing, go for it, fellas. This is the kind of movie that you can mask in with the ladies, because it does focus a lot on Tom Hardy's love interest and the relationship that they have. That's cool. I get it. And they do an interesting way of it. But I thought that going in, this was going to be like the British Goodfellas. All right? There's a pretty good bar fight scene at the beginning. And after that, the action is just not there. There's a couple more fights, but not my cup of tea. All right? Maybe that's because I've seen some of the best, like Goodfellas, The Godfather. But I tell you what, this is a slow burn. And the flames never go out. It's fucking awful. I'm sorry. It's bad. It's bad. Sorry, Tom Hardy, but that one's not gonna pass. These other two, these are in the past. Watch these movies. This one goes in the trash. Moving next up. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I am a huge fan of the Alien, the Terminator, the Predator movies. My whole family hates them because of how much I love them. Alright? They don't get it. And they don't have to, because I enjoy it. So up next is the 2018 version of The Predator. Now I say the version, it's technically a continuous film from the other 90,000 in the genre. Alright? You had Predator, Predator 2, Predators. Don't count Alien vs. Predator. That shit was whack. Alright? But The Predator, I will say, it's got Sterling K. Knight, who's This Is Us and Black Panther. And then Charlie, how do you say his last name? I'm sorry, not Charlie Hunnam, but they do look alike. And they were in another movie called Triple Threat with Ben Affleck and Oscar Isaac. That was fantastic. That one gets a pass. So, this stars Boyd Holbrook. So, this is the guy from Narcos, right? Who narrates the first 2 good seasons of Narcos. Alright? So, he's in there. Predator lands down. He's a sniper for some spec ops sniper who sees the alien come down. The government tries to pass him off as insane because they didn't want that to get out, what happened. So he gets put on a bus with a bunch of other guys that call themselves the Loonies, which include Keegan-Michael Key and that weird brother from Game of Thrones, as well as a couple other awesome characters. Now, this movie, I would say, if you are not a fan of the Predator movies, this movie's not for you. All right? There's a lot of fanfare in it. There's a couple get to the choppas when they're talking about the actual choppas, like motorcycles. It's a funny scene. I get it. A lot of action. Good movie to watch if you just want some popcorn flick, and you love these kind of movies, all right? I do. I enjoyed it, all right? But only for that reason, and I get it. So this one's going to have to go with a pass, all right? And then the final movie I watched, is, by golly, one of the best movies that I've ever seen. Now, I hope this doesn't discredit me, but I think after my explanation, I think you're going to agree with me. Now, this movie is one of the favorites, and there's a reason why I picked to watch it during this time by myself, and that movie is Grown Ups, all right? Now, Grown Ups, classic Adam Sandler movie, all right? I'm talking Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Chris Rock, David Spade, and Rob Schneider, all under one roof with about 30 other SNL cameos that come in later on or main cast members, all right? And they continue this trend into Grown Ups 2. Now, the reason why this is one of my favorite movies, I enjoy movies that have a lot of depth to them. That Inception, another one of my favorite movies, possibly get into that on another review. But this movie here, it's got no depth. Okay? No depth as in you don't have to think too hard to understand what's going on. But the real depth in this movie, it comes from right here. This movie plays on 5 best friends growing up, meeting back together, and there are literally scenes in this movie that they don't pertain to the plot. No character development. The only point is just to show them goofing off and having fun and just acting like normal friends. And that is why this movie is near and dear to my heart, because Adam Sandler just gets it, man. Him and this whole crew, they get it. They get that sometimes you don't want to have to hear a message. You don't want to hear the bullshit. Sometimes you just want to go into the theater and have a good time. And you can tell that these guys enjoyed making this movie. They go to a water park for about a 15-minute stint in the movie, and I guarantee you that's just because Adam Sandler wanted to take his friends and all of their kid actors to the water park for a day and blow it on the company money. And you know what? I don't blame him. Adam Sandler, you are a gem. Kevin Spade, Jim. Kevin Spade. Kevin James, Jim. David Spade, Jim. Chris Rock, Jim. Rob Schneider, Jim. Alright? The only thing that could make this movie better would have been if Chris Farley was in this movie. Hands down. Alright? Now, Adam Sandler, this is one of the reasons why you will go down as gold, and you were still snubbed from not getting an Uncut Gem Oscar. That's all I gotta say about it. So this here has been the movie review corner of Sawyer'S Saloon, and next time I'll have another 5 movies. If you have any requests, any movies you think I should go over and review, leave them in the comments, and I will put them up for next time. So until then, keep on. Later.